two-time All-Pro running back LeSean McCoy has reportedly agreed to a one-year deal with the Buccaneers. LeSean is coming off a Super Bowl run with the Chiefs last season, where the veteran running back had over 100 carries, but his playing time deteriorated toward the end of the season. Shannon, how much will this help Brady and the Bucs?
Not much. I'm going to be surprised if he actually makes the team, Skip. By the end of the season, he couldn't even get on the field. He played one snap in the playoffs. He was inactive for the AFC Championship game, inactive in the Super Bowl, and only had 32 carries in the second half of the season. Tampa has Ronald Jones. They drafted Keyshawn Vaughn from your university in the third round. So, Skip, I'm gonna be really surprised if he makes the team. This is not LeSean McCoy of old. This is an old LeSean McCoy. He's not the same guy.
Well, he's 11 years younger than Tom Brady.
Yeah, but he played running back position. I can assure you, he's taking more hits than Tom Brady.
Speaking of my guy, Keyshawn Vaughn, unfortunately, he just hit the COVID list. I don't know if he tested positive or he was around people who were positive.
Okay.
But the point is, he's somewhat in jeopardy for the start of the regular season. So I'm sure this was a very cheap addition. I like LeSean. I know him a little bit off the field. I know he's had off-field issues. I get all that. But when he was right last year, when he was given his chances, he averaged 4.6 yards per carry.
Right.
He can catch it, and Tom needs people who can catch it out of the backfield. So I think he might be a contributor in a rotation with Ronald.
Skip, I just don't see it. I mean, Andy drafted him. Andy loved him. And he couldn't get on the field for them at the end of the season. So in a system that you cut your teeth in, that you became a household name in, he should have been able, but he couldn't. So for me, Skip, I just don't see it. Look, I understand he can give you a flash here or there, but for Ronald Jones and you drafted a guy in the third round, I just don't see them keeping a veteran running back on the team because I'm sure those guys, for what it's going to cost, McCoy, he's probably making $1 million, maybe a little over that. I just don't see it, Skip. I just don't see him contributing like you think he might would.
6 Pro Bowls he's been
Yes.
to. So there's star power.
Yeah.
And they've got a locker room with a lot of star power. So I think he'll get swept up and maybe be able to contribute to the to sort of the aura of the Tampa Bay Bucs. All of a sudden, I'm thinking, man, this team's got a real shot at going all the way to the Super Bowl that is played in Tampa.
He just left a team that got the reigning Super Bowl MVP and a year removed from the MVP. He got a top 5 receiver. He got the 1 or 2 tight end. So you're talking about he joined the star power. Hell, he just left. Star power.
He's going to the GOAT. He's going to the GOAT tight end.
What have you done for me lately?
Really?
Not much. Not much.
Well, watch. Just watch.
My guy beat your guy last year. Remember, Skip? In your house.
Super Bowl's in Tampa.
He won't be playing in it. My homeboy go get that house.
To wear social justice messages on the back of their jerseys in lieu of their names. Black Lives Matter, Justice, and Say Their Names are among 29 messages that have been pre-approved by the league. So, Shannon, I start with you. How did this come off, in your opinion?
Well, it was strange at first, Skip, because I forgot all about it. I remember seeing Zion Williams, and I'm like, peace. And then it's like, oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah, Skip, because I really did. I totally spaced it. Skip, and you know, True Holiday, Reddick, and Josh Hart had Say Their Names, talking about, basically talking about the women. They're talking about Breonna Taylor, Athena Jefferson, and Sandra Bland, talking about the women that have lost their life brutally. But Skip, I just hope the jerseys are a reminder. I mean, some of them, when I see Ally, I'm like, that's easy. Are we talking about the bank? So there's some that are more, that differentiate themselves. I don't have a problem, Skip. I don't think anyone is more important than the other. If that's what you want to draw attention to, the NBA has given you 29 different choices. Obviously, a lot of people felt they would like to have their own, but the NBA, excuse me, I said NFL, NBA. But LeBron said something very interesting after the game, Skip. He says, the thing is that what normally happens is that we get outraged for a little while and then we take our foot off the gas. He says we can't take our foot off the gas in this situation here. So hopefully, Skip, I'm sure there's some kid at home and he probably looks at his mom or dad and says, well, I thought his name was Williamson or I thought his name was Green. And then the parent is going to have to hopefully can explain it to him what that slogan on the back of the jersey actually means. And so hopefully something good come from this. But at the end of the day, as LeBron says, we got to keep the foot on the pedal. It's full speed ahead.
So from the start, you and I differed on this because you get tired of symbols and gestures.
I do.
And just it doesn't mean anything to you. And I told you, this is intended, to me, for the white community. We need constant reminders on games of this kind of magnitude when everybody's waiting for 5 months to see real basketball, National Basketball Association basketball. The white people need to keep saying, ooh, oh, yeah, oh. And for the NBA to force players to pick from what I considered a generic list was just wrong. This is the time of personalized and individualistic expression. It's a time for each player to come up with something that is dear to his heart. Remember, Jaylen Brown expressed negativity about this. So did Mike Scott of the Sixers. They said, we have our own list. And Jaylen Brown read 4 or 5 different ones where I said, ooh, I like that. I like that. And again, the NBA was a little concerned that you could step off the cliff. And maybe if you start wearing certain names on your back, maybe the family wouldn't be that comfortable, and maybe you would leave out some other victims. And
but the NBA allowed them to wear with some of the victims' names on the back of their jerseys.
Okay, but you've got, say, her name was Donovan Mitchell. So okay, I get that. That resonated with me. But to your point, all these generic peace, equality, freedom,
education reform.
Okay. After a while, it became annoying to me because some of the players, especially for Utah, coming off the bench, I'm like, who is that? I don't know. He's equality. Okay.
You probably needed your name on the back so we can know who you are. We know who Zion, we know who some of these guys are, Skip. But like you said, some of them are very generic, Skip. But at the end of the day, I think what the NBA did, Skip, is that it said, look, we're going to give you 29 because we don't want people. I know, we have an idea, but what if somebody says, well, all lives matter? Then you got uproar. Blue lives matter. Skip, so I think that the end.
I don't think that would have happened, but maybe.
But you know what, Skip? I would have thought that during the pandemic, wear a mask to try to get this thing under control. So to say what people will or won't do, I'm not willing to go there anymore.
Okay. So in the end, it didn't resonate last night like I thought it would. It came off as sort of a forced choice. It came across as ho-hum. It came across as my partner had forgotten about it.
I did.
And I thought these could be, back of the jersey billboards to continue to send the message, especially the white community, at least to the non-black communities, to say, hey, this, hey, that, think about this, think about that. And then you could say, ooh, Jaylen Brown said that. And Mike Scott said that. And that resonates with me because that makes me think about it. A lot of these, like Zion, was peace. Okay. So.
That's so generic.
Okay. I don't know what to do with that.
Skip, that's what, I think the thing, some of these guys, Skip, they want to say something, but what is the thing that I can say that I'm going to catch okay, everybody love peace. Skip, the universal sign is the peace sign. So, Skip, and so, I want to show something, but I don't want to, I don't think anybody's going to give you criticism for having peace on your back. I don't think anybody's going to give you for equality. But when you start stepping out and says Black Lives Matter, that's when you're going to get the blowback. That's when you're going to get the negativity coming your way. So I think some guys wanted to do some things, but they didn't want the negativity that would come along with it if they went too far, or what some would deem too far.
I'm going to co-sign on Danny Green's, which you can see right there. How many more? That works. That says something to me. And again, Black Lives Matter is great, but we get that everywhere, every day. I need an individual message that will make me sit back and ponder it. And I need to be consistently reminded of it. And now I don't even know how far we're going to go with this. It seems like
for 4 games.
Yeah,
and if you want to, you can continue. If not, you can go back to your government name.
Now it feels like lip service to me.
Yeah.
Now it feels like a pat on the head. You guys do. You can pick anything off this list. And you can do it if you want, for 4 games. But after a while, this is going to fade away, and we're going back to names on the back.
At the end of the day, we want real change. I know everybody says, there are a lot of companies that says Black lives do matter, but I want to see your hiring practices. I want to know what you're going to do to try to empower these communities the Black, the Latino communities, what you're going to do about the LBGT community, the trans community. You say that, Skip, I see better than I hear now. I heard what you said, but I'm going to see the diversity in which you hire. I'm going to see the diversity. Everybody, like I said, Skip, it's a good time now because you can say it now and really, everybody, yeah, that's right. But I'm going to see over the next couple of years.
I hear you. You're right. Okay, I was especially looking forward to seeing what LeBron put on the back of his jersey because when he speaks on racial justice, I listen.
Right.
I think the white community